Hey Pisces, how's it going? This reading is going to be about what's going to be unfolding for you over the next 3 days. What I'm getting this sense of already is that it looks like there are going to be 3 main parts, and we will also see what comes up in the reading. One of them is making sure that you're taking care of yourself. So if you need to rest, if you need to regulate, when you need to do so, making sure that you're paying attention to that, sort of like the signs of when you need to take a break, when you need to focus on yourself, your health for any reason. Maybe some of you have a particular thing that you're going through. For those of you that there's not something specific, it can just be like your general overall wellness can be something that you're paying more attention to over the next 3 days. Something else is also something about having to know the difference between like your energy and other people's energy, which I feel like is always a common thing when it comes to the energy of Pisces, as Pisces is known to be like very much a sponge for those around. So, and also too, like not only are you a water sign, but also a mutable water sign, and mutable is the thing that sort of like chameleons, and water is already so, I feel like impressionable. So there can be stuff coming up with like boundaries or just recognizing what's your energy versus what's not your energy. And there can be like ownership involved, and there can also be like unappointing energy, being like, that's not mine, you know? So that can be coming up. And anything else, if there's anything that you do that's like a creative outlet or having to do with the way that you express yourself, as we are all like creative in our essence, there can be a focus on that. And there can also be a needing to have this balance between like your creativity or your expression and also rest and taking care of yourself. Your output can also be involved in your creativity as well, if there's somewhere where you're showing up and doing things. But yeah, actually, like, I wonder if something is gonna go on and you could initially like think it's you, but it's not your energy, like somebody around you. You know, you may be like picking up on vibes from someone and initially thinking that it's you, and that's not the case. We're starting off first with 7 of Pentacles. This looks like you're going to be continuing nurturing something that you already have going on. I'm seeing you come out as the Queen of Cups, so something that you care about. This can also be like investing in yourself right now. This can be like your spiritual health, your emotional health, your mental health. It also looks too like there's going to be some news that you are gonna get. Okay. Some of you, I'm seeing there be a relationship. This is something you already have going on. Okay. The way that this is coming out immediately, I'm going to talk about it as if there are 2 different people, and if they're not, these can be just 2 different sides of you, okay? If you're like, I don't have anybody close to me that I'm concerned with, then yeah, but some of you have like a partner or something like that, and this will concern them. So you and this person, you guys both coming out as the King and the Queen of Cups, it shows that you guys are a match for one another. It shows that you guys are both like attentive emotionally to one another. You can feel like you're getting to connect emotionally with this person. That means that you can feel like they're really listening to me and they're really holding space for me, or you're really listening to them and or holding space for them. It can feel like that, you know? This is a relationship where you feel understood. You feel like you can express yourself. You feel like the person like wants to take care of you and is giving like a nurturing energy towards you. This can also be the type of relationship where you guys can be sort of like therapists for one another, you know, or like friends with one another, close with one another. This shows that you're going to have intimacy. Because these cards, they're each facing their own thing. I see the backs being together as being like, again, if this is somebody outside of yourself, recognize it as that. And if it's just all within you, it can be like your feminine and your masculine energy here. So what can be happening here is that you can have something that you've been investing in, if you're the Queen of Cups, you can have something that you've been investing in that you're going to continue to invest in. but because your back is touching with this person, I feel like they're also like there with you, but you guys also have your own separate things going on. And whoever is the King of Cups, it looks like they're having a new opportunity coming through. Sorry, I keep touching my face. I definitely have like O's fur all over me. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing with this energy. So rather than it being like backs turned and feel like you guys are against each other or something like that, this feels more so like, you know, if you know, in like movies when there's like a fighting scene and there are a bunch of people around and it's like the two partners in the middle, and in order to like look around at all of the people that they have to fight against, it's like they put their backs to one another so they can have like that 360 perspective. I feel like that's going on with you and this person. So yeah, I'm not seeing this as being like you guys being distant from one another. This feels like mutually you're able to support, like they can lean on you and you can lean on them. And it feels like while this is happening, while you have something that you're continuing to grow, while you have something that you're continuing to nurture, if you are the Queen of Cups. And for the King of Cups feels like they can do that with you. Like they're able to rely on you, like you're sort of steady, you know, like a tree. You can rely on it. There's that sense of sturdiness there and safety too, and like coverage and nurturing. And it looks like this person, whoever is the King of Cups, they have a new opportunity coming in, and what that can mean is that there's a new door that's opening for them. So you're going to be working on something that you've been already working on. They're going to have a new opportunity coming through. I'm seeing 10 of Swords and I'm seeing 6 of Swords. You could have recently like gotten into an argument. You could get into a disagreement of some sort, or you already did. But now that it's over, this means too, like something may have needed to be addressed, something may have needed to be worked out, but this feels like whatever that is, it closes out. So that's done with, like you're not mixed up in that anymore. And then there's this moving forward that happens. So what that can mean is that whatever this was that you had been caught up in, and whatever was going on, and like all of the stuff that needed to be happening, this means like those things are now finished. So there's not going to be any like additional stuff that happens after, like you're actually moving away from that. But it could have been really challenging to go through that. So yeah, you could have had something difficult go down. But having 10 of Swords shows that that is completed. That's not happening anymore. You're going to be moving forward now. And yeah, it does feel like it was something that needed to be worked out for sure. Okay, someone could have been like a little bit wishy-washy about something. But then I'm seeing that change. It's like someone that could have maybe been like initially not going for something or not wanting to go somewhere. The 4 of Cups is coming out reversed. So when I see this feels like getting energy back, or starting to care about something again, or being involved in something again, or feeling like one has sort of recovered emotionally. So I will say this too, if something was happening here and there was this feeling of not really being into something anymore, this feels like that ends up shifting. Or this can be about an opportunity that at first one was not feeling interested in, and then they end up feeling interested in, or at least wanting to learn more about it. Because this Ace of Wands that comes through, I'm seeing the Page of Swords be connected with it, and what this can mean is that someone may not know whether or not they're going to take an opportunity, but they can be trying to look into it further to gain more information about it. I want to clarify this Four of Cups. Yeah, you can be moving in the direction of something that before, like, you weren't interested in or didn't want to do, but now you've, like, changed your mind. It's so funny. Four of Cups is being clarified by Four of Cups. Okay, this can also be like a time of needing to rest as well. It feels like if you take the time to actually do this, then you're going to feel back on track. What I will say too is that based off of what you and this person went through, or what you were going through, I don't know if it directly involves them, if it does, if it doesn't, maybe that's going to be the variable for each of you. What I'm seeing is that whatever that was, it's over now. I'm seeing you move forward because of going through a process where having King of Cups both be out here, it means that you're very much in your water energy going through this process. And so you are going to be very impacted by the things that you're experiencing, by the things that you're going through, especially if there's another person involved. Like, you guys can be absorbing one another's energy. That could just be something that's happening. And then there can be misinterpretations of things or just stuff that needs to be worked out. So if you go through something that feels exhausting and now, like, things are good because you guys are moving on from that, like, you're not in that turmoil anymore, you're not in that chaos anymore, like, you're moving to a place that's going to be feeling better. At the same time, because of what you just went through, you can be feeling like, I need some time to recover from this. And that can be where the needing to find sort of, like, get back into step with yourself can be coming up. And you can feel too, like, normally, you know, when you're going through things, you can feel like, I know how to deal with things, I can be grounded, I have coping strategies. Based off of what happened, you can feel a little bit withered right now. It's reminding me of when like a piece of fabric is sort of left outside, and then what happens to it and how it gets kind of like broken down, like a weathered feeling. And even though I'm seeing this be temporary, there can be doors that are opening, there can be opportunities that are coming through, and there can be this feeling of, I just went through this thing, and if I was having a normal day today, I would look at this and feel like really excited about it, but you can feel like your affect is a bit muted right now. Like, emotionally, you can feel a little bit more blunted than you normally would be. And you can be paying attention to that. Like, you can be learning about that. And this can be like you learning about signs of burnout. You can be learning about what you need to do to recover and to get back into a space. Because this feels like an abnormal place that you're in. I'm not seeing you be at baseline. And so because of that, because of what you're going through, it can be a time when there's, a lot of recovering from that. So yeah, this has to do with something important, because having Seven of Pentacles, it shows something that you invested a lot into this, and then having something really heightened and difficult occur to something that you obviously care about because you've been nurturing it and putting your energy into it. It can be like a lot of upheaval to be going through. I want to clarify the Ten of Swords here. This does feel like old stuff from the past coming up. stress. There could have been some type of suspicion as well involved in this. I wonder too if for you and this person with one another, if you have something that you're working on and they're looking at something that's going to be a new chapter, you can feel like you guys are like in a little bit of a different space. But I'm not seeing it necessarily clash with one another. And what I'm also seeing too is that like you just went through something that was really challenging. And now I'm seeing if you are the Queen of Cups, for some of you, this is your partner that's a Queen of Cups. I'm speaking from the perspective of the Queen of Cups. If you just went through something that was just challenging, very challenging, I'm seeing that like you're moving to a space that's better. Like that's over with, that's not happening anymore. So things are just going to get better from here. And when you go through something like that, you have to take time for your energy to recover. And so there can be a part of you that's like, you're not even that interested about what's going on, but it can be, if you're the one that just went through that, you can be not so interested in what's going on with your partner for some of you. But it's not because on a regular day you wouldn't be interested or you wouldn't care. You can just feel like I'm not at my normal baseline and I'm still recovering from this. So just know that if you are the one that's the King of Cups in this and you're like, I have this new thing going on, like, why do they seem like they don't care as much? You can just be seeing that your partner is burnt out or that they need to recover their energy based off of what they've gone through because they put an immense amount of energy that was like drained into this process, and so they have to sort of get it back, because this even feels like something that one could have felt mentally thrown for a loop. And so trying to get back into the position of the Page of Swords, which is like being curious again, being talkative again, like wanting to know what's going on, wanting to chat, like wanting to have this relay. You can feel like someone is like not where they normally are, and it's just about needing to sort of recover and take care of oneself to get them back in that position that they normally are. So yeah, what this feels like overall over the next 3 days is that either with yourself or with a partner you can feel like you guys are not in like the normal place that you guys usually are. And I'm seeing one or both people have gone through something that was feeling challenging. I'm seeing the Queen of Cups needs time to recover from this. Don't take this personally. If you're seeing Queen of Cups needing to recover and not acting normal, it's not that they're not excited about this. And what I'm seeing for King of Cups is that there's a new door that's opening for them. It looks really promising. It looks really exciting. It looks like there's an interest. And also too, King of Cups may want to talk to Queen of Cups about this opportunity and say like, hey, this door is opening for me and I'm really excited about it, and I come to you to tell you, and stuff matters to me, and to connect and get to talk about it. But it may be like you want to talk to someone and then they're like not really in that place to hold space because they're going through their own stuff. It can feel like that's happening, but then I'm seeing like they're going to sort of like come back and be there with you. So I'm seeing like things are also going to come back together just in general. And there can also be a finding out like what happens next, what happens now. I am seeing 6 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Some of you, there can be like something about a future move, Pisces. There can also be something about like a guarded energy or not connecting with one another, or like a lack of vulnerability that had come to light, or there can be like a breakthrough with that. Like if you had been going through something and felt like someone like wasn't really letting another person in, or this could have been like a standoff that you were having, it feels like there's a breakthrough with that too, where you can feel like close again with this person in a way that maybe you hadn't been feeling close before. Some of you, there can be a child or children involved having the page here, if that's relevant to you. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, there can be even an investment having to do with a child too that can be coming up. A child like also doesn't have to be like a literal actual child. It can be something that would be being formed. Like that can be a metaphor for something being worked on. Yeah. So it feels like both an ending happening and then also a new beginning, like a door that opens. So in the beginning it will feel like that, like it can feel like something closing out, something shutting. That can feel really difficult. In the middle is sort of like a recovery, and then at the end of this I'm seeing like that door be open there. So that is what's going on over the next 3 days. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.